high-pitched sound rings out. The brilliant moonlight glints off the drawn sword as it clatters through the stairs. Blood is on his lips. The man on his knees on the stone steps bids his long sword goodbye as it falls away. His arms are the next to fall. Wait, is this the end of Assassin already? What is going on with this road first rider? Being very, very easily defeated. But with blood, the elegantly patterned fabric of his battle coat looks like a giant red flower.
なんと、よもや、ダカツマカツの類とは。
In steep contrast to his bloody body, his lips are white. Neither breath nor blood passes his throat now. Sasaki Uchiro's internal organs no longer serve their original purpose. The mountain gate is quiet. The servant that guarded the place, the shadow that appeared. Neither of them move. The battle has already ended. Assassin was defeated by someone who came up the stone steps. The question is who it is, since I know that Saber and Jiro were supposed to go to this place, but only to scout, not to fight. So I guess this is someone else, someone different. Ilya and Berserker, maybe? Or Archer? He had no time to identify the intruder as an enemy, let alone cross swords. This someone was on a different level to begin with. Or Gilgamesh. Either one of those three, I think. Assassin's body bursts open, torn, mutilated, and weaponless. He cannot even take his own life. The shadow approaches. It strokes Assassin's cheek with a scornful, cherishing gesture. A deformed, spider-like hand comes out of his stomach. His bones crack, his flesh rips apart. It feels as if his organs are turning into someone else's. Assassin suppresses the regurgitating blood. The swordsman swallows the blood and smiles with his pale lips.
よかろう。好きにするがいい。所詮は我が腹より吐いてるもの。ろくな性根ではなかろうよ。
He smiles, even though he is denied an honorable death. If one talks about grand spectacle, his smile is grander than the spawning of this abomination. And thus it is summoned. Taking the false servant's flesh as its own, the true assassin enters a world. What? His first cries sound like those of an insect. Okay, I don't like this one bit. This is so weird. And I don't mean I don't like it as in the story is bad, I just mean don't like it as I don't know who this person was who defeated Assassin so easily and then spawned something out of him. I don't know who that would be, but it really looks like some kind of very, very extremely dangerous, valuable, or rather variable, I must say. And like I said last time, compared to the other routes, Zero is on his most vulnerable here, since he doesn't ally himself with Tosaka or with Ilya and Berserker. Now we have this supposed true assassin that is summoned. The black insect that crawled from the swordsman's stomach devours the body that was his own nursery. He giggles while tearing the flesh apart. He laughs while crunching on the bones. Every time he does so, the insect becomes more like a man, and the empty brain acquires human wisdom. And after a while, he has finished sipping every last bit of the blood, and blesses the birth of its own self, the assassin. The only ones to witness are the chorus of insects and the shiny moonlight. This whole insect theme and motif makes me think that somehow this must be Shinji's and Sakura's grandfather's doing. The high-pitched bird cry melts into the darkness. Shit, I just realized. I mean, since Shiro and Saber are on their way here, they're going to encounter this thing and possibly have to battle it. And I do wonder what Caster thinks. Since the false assassin was her pawn, was her guardian. Does that mean that Caster is in immediate danger? And Kuzuki too? An ominous moan. A white skull laughs under the black-burnt sky. Oh shit, we are already here. And I like this one bit. This, of all the interludes we've had, this one was by far the most ominous and unsettling, is I think the word I would want to use. We run up the stone steps. Saber is already armed. We are both straining our nerves in preparation for an enemy attack. The steps are long and the wind is warm even though we're near the mountaintop. According to Saber, this mountain has a boundary field that repels servants. Servants will lose most of their power and magic energy if they enter the mountain from anywhere other than the front gate. Therefore, the only way we can enter is through the front gate, but...
てっきり待ち伏せてると思ったんだが、サーバントの気配しないよな、セイバー。
ありません。この石段には私以外のサーバントは。
Saber suddenly stops and looks down.
セイバー、なんかあったのか？
いいえ、私の気のせいでしょう。刀らしきものが見えた気がしましたが、そのようなものはどこにもない。 この山門に守り手はいません。境内に向かいましょう。
Maybe starts reading again. I tilt my head in wonder, but hurry to keep up with her. The compound is dead silent. The wind is strong. All around is thick darkness. Despite the moon overhead, the terrible darkness remains. I look up. The moon is there, of course. Its rays shine down on the compound, but the area is still shrouded in darkness.
セイバ
ええ、様子がおかしい。ここまで踏み込んで反応がないなどありえません。それに、これは静かすぎる。
中を調べよう。竜道寺は50人近い大所帯なんだ。こんなに静かなんてことがあるもんか。
I'm not sure how much time has passed between that thing being born and Saber Shiro arriving here. It can't be that much time. We head for the temple. There's no one around. After confirming that the compound is empty, we go inside. Might this be the first time we actually go inside the temple itself? What was that? Everyone in the temple is sleeping. They do not even twitch. They don't react even when we touch them. All the monks, without exception, are weakened. No matter how hard we try to rouse them, they just lie there breathing peacefully, as if enjoying a dream. Of course my classmate is among them. Yuro Issei is sleeping peacefully as well. They quickly move across the wooden hallway. Did you see that just half a second before they went in? A weird road shadow. Because Saber felt a presence, Saber pointed towards the main temple building. The master responsible for this disaster is there. We step into the shrine. The first thing we see is red blood spreading on the floor. A red flower blooms in the center of the temple. There is a man lying there as well. His chest must be pierced. As the man is dyeing the floor red. The wound is fatal. The man has lost enough blood to die. He is already a corpse. But if that's Kuseki, then we have Rider, Assassin, and Caster now dying in rapid succession. What's going on? This is... It was established in the Limited Blade Works route more than in Fate route that this Holy Grail War was, I wouldn't say fake, but wrong in the sense that, well, people cheated and with things like Caster summoning her own servant. But that pales compared to what's happening here. I'm just sitting here with my mouth wide open. This is legit scary. There is something going on at the moment where all the servants are wiped out so effortlessly. And the scary part is, and I'm just going to ramble here for a bit, the scary part is that the previous route was used to establish the fact, to showcase how strong Assassin was when he was guarding this place. Just the fact how strong Caster was and how clever she was by manipulating everyone. But if this is Kuzuki who's dead, then that means Caster is already dead too. I know this man. It seems he was a master to the one standing beside his body. Esther? Just look at her face. It's almost like she was forced to do something that she didn't want her to. I mean, we know from the previous route that she liked Kuzuki, that her biggest wish was to be with him and to live a normal life, basically. She just has a look of shock on her face. Pain lances through my head, accompanied by the sense of apprehension. It's not that I'm scared of this scene. That the dagger is ominous. It seems Saber does not feel anything, but I can tell that the dagger has dreadful power.
Caster!
Saber readies herself. The servant in the purple robe Caster does not answer. I don't know if Saber took it as an opening or an insult. But she tries to charge.
ダメだ待てセイバー
シロ、なぜ止めるのです？今置いてキャスターを撃つ機会は。
そうじゃない。あの担当には触れるな。あれは魔術破りだ。もしかするとマスターとサーバントの契約だって立つかもしれない。
How do you know that's rule breaker?
では、キャスターは自らのマスターを。
I mean, that expression on Caster's face is so un-Caster-like. I don't know if she did, but I'm sure the dagger she's holding has unearthly power.
キャスター、貴様、主に手をかけたな。
Saber rushes in with an angry roar. Caster turns around. With her figure gone, she looks more than like a ghost than a heroic spirit. The sword flashes through the air, slices the rope, but Caster manages to jump back.
セイバー。そう、とどめを刺しに来たというわけね。誰の筋書きだか知らないけど周到なこと。
黙れ。主を裏切った者の言葉など聞きたくもない。自らの行いを恥じ、ここで裁かれるがいい。
But it wasn't Caster's doing.
私がマスターを殺した。宗一郎様を私が。それは愉快ね。ええ、こんなことになるのなら本当にそうしてしまえばよかった。
He starts laughing maniacally. The black robed Magus puts her dagger away and points at Saber.
目障りよセイバー。主もろとも消え去りなさい。
Saber does not even need to answer. I think Caster's just trying to attack Saber to to die, basically. She raises her sword without hesitation. Caster disappears. The battle between the two could not be called a battle. Caster's magic was supreme, but it did no good against Saber, who has high magic resistance. The fact that Caster put away Rulebreaker is for me the biggest clue that she didn't have anything planned. But the war has barely begun and 3 servants are already gone. Saber nullified every magic Caster used and killed her in one blow.
キャスターは倒しました。マスター、指示を。
ああ、そうだな。これ以上ここにいても何もできない。病院の前に、琴峰に連絡して後を任そう。昏睡してる人たちは、それで助けられるはずだ。
But we can't save the corpse in front of us. Cass has disappeared, leaving only her master's corpse at our feet. His death will likely be kept a secret. Nobody will know what happened to him, and he will disappear from everybody's memory.
シロ。
わかってる。マスターはあと4人もいるんだ。立ち止まっている余裕はない。
賢明です。気持ちはわかりますが、干渉は押しとどめてください。
Saber turns and starts to walk. Engraving the sight of the corpse into my mind, I follow. Wait, what was that?
シロ、どうしたのです？足を止めて。
いや、今、なんか視線を感じたっていうか、誰かに見られてる気がしたっていうか。セイバーは感じなかったか？
いいえ、何も感じませんでした。この周囲に人がいないことは確認したはずです。シロの気のせいではないですか？
そうかな。セイバーがそう言うんなら間違いないか。うん、きっと俺の勘違いだ。
I don't know if scared is the right word. Worried, apprehensive, maybe? I know from reputation that this route is the longest one. But at the same time, these servants die both too easily. And way too quickly. Like this Holy Crow War is just an afterthought.
「では急ぎましょう。キャスターが倒れた今、昏睡していた人々も目を覚まします。私たちの姿を見られたら面倒だ。
He's right. Tonight will leave a bad taste in my mouth, but it should put an end to the mysterious coma incident. That should be good enough for tonight.
わかった。すぐに山を降りて琴峰に連絡。あとは家に戻って今夜は休もう。
Saber nods in satisfaction and leaves the temple. Before this scene ends, I just want to try to get my thoughts straight, so to speak. Because I'm just dumbstruck by the events that happened. And I'm really cautious. about what's going to happen. Because if you think like it this way, in the Fate route, we did have Saber, but we also had the allegiance with Osaka. But in the Fate route as well, we had the fight with Ryder, that was a big thing. That was quite the opposition. And we had that boundary field at school that they had to deal with. In the Unlimited Blade Work route, we not only had the allegiance with Rin, Osaka, but also Archer at full strength. And we had to deal with Caster. So in theory, in this route, Shiro would have had the most trouble trying to defend himself almost in this Holy Grail war, since he has no allegiance. His power is the weakest. So far, no sword training from Saber, no magic training from Tosaka. But not only are 3 servants defeated really handily, this prevents the boundary field being set up at school, which is not a thing that he now needs to deal with, but also the fact that coma incidents and the big threat that Caster posed now gone as well. So in the end, even though this should be the route where Shiro would have had the most trouble trying to basically maintain his foothold on this Holy Grail war, he has the most luck. And the things that should have posed the biggest dangers are just gone right one after the other, which is very concerning. Because this is fate and things are looking like they are going too well. They probably are. And that's never a good sign. I follow after Saber, even though it's really hard for me to leave this place. The man who used to be a master lies silently in this holy place. The lead actor has left. What if the attacker was Shinji's grandfather? And maybe he somehow birthed himself a new body from the old assassin's body? Something? Either that or the grandfather has created something, weapon to use to still be in the race for the Holy Grail, even though Ryder has been defeated. He seems too powerful, too knowledgeable, too ambitious to be, and too wise to bet all of his chances on Shinji, since he knew that Shinji would fail. So it's almost like his usage of Shinji as a master was just for show, for not to rouse suspicion. So we have Esther who died, Assassin who died, and we have Ryder who died. Also 172 centimeters, but only 57 kilograms. How does that work? I'm 174 and quite a bit more than 57 kilograms. Also, how did Shiro know that Castus dagger was a rule breaker? I don't think that was ever established here. The only ones remaining on the stage are silent corpses, and something is devouring the corpses. No bodies remain. The wooden floor turns into a bottomless swamp, swallowing up the man's flesh and spilled blood. It consumes not only the man, but the one who obeyed him. The soul that was servant Castor and swallowed into the darkness. Poor Medea. It is not a legitimate flow. The defeated servants are to be consumed by the Holy Grail. If anyone interferes with this balance, it will only bring his own death and destruction. It cries silently. It writhes in pain, sobs, exposes itself, and finally consumes the first one. Okay. Walks on. Lacking a voice, it expresses its pain with the whole of its body. Is it me, or does it sound a bit feminine? There are no words, no emotion. I never had those functions in the first place. But still, it still grieves, as if it has become aware of its existence for the first time. It's already after 2 in the morning. Despite my daily training, running to the Roses Temple and back is still tiring.
そうだ。そういえば、先に部屋に戻っていてくれ。
どこに行くのです、シロ。今夜はもう休むのではないのですか？
ちょっとな。すぐに戻るから心配すんな。俺だって疲れてるし、早く休みたい。
なるほど。さくらの容体が気になるのですね。
水を変えないとまずいだろ。セイバーこそちゃんと隣の部屋で寝てくれよ。襖も閉めてちゃんとしてないとダメなんだからな。
What if Shiro is going to Sakura's room and he hears Sakura screeching, it's not enough? That would be scary as hell.
ああ、そうでしたね。同室でないのは不都合ですが、シロが強情を張るのではやむを得ません。言われた通り、隣の部屋で待機しましょう。
Debbie looks discontented. You're stubborn as well. I returned to my room filled with self-hatred.
午前3時。 1時間も何やってたんだ、俺。
I let out a heavy sigh. There's only one simple explanation. Sakura looked like she wasn't sleeping well, so I took time adjusting her blanket and bringing her fresh water. Such simple tasks are really painful and difficult for me. It's all because Sakura looks so alluring in her sleep.
目隠しでもあればよかった。
That would have solved everything. Well, I had my eyes closed anyway, but a blindfold would have prevented me from giving in to temptation and opening them. And I have a hyper imagination. It's all Sakura's fault for growing so big. How can she mature like that in just a year?
こんな時はあれだ。寝ちまうに限る。
Put a blanket over my face and shake off my indecent thoughts. I'll close my eyes and clear my mind. See, my body is tired, so I should be able to go to sleep right away. It's hot. How did this happen? I went to bed, closed my eyes and said goodnight. In the next instant, my world turned red. Yeah, about that. I don't know how much I will cut out doing editing, so I'm just going to repeat myself. That was weird. That was really weird. I went to bed, his vision turned to red, and he imagined himself having sex with Osaka. Quite explicit. So, why so early in the route? Why Osaka? I mean, he was so focused on Sakura, on her body. But that's beside the point. I probably just have to cut everything out. It was very explicit. Honestly, it was the least cringe of all the scenes I've seen, but circumstances were very weird. And that's, it really felt off. It's hot. My mom woke me up before the loud noises did. It was bright even though it was nighttime. My dad held me as he ran through the burning hallway. It's painful. I heard my mom's voice behind us. My dad told me to be fine by myself. He patted my head and told me to wait here. I nodded and did as I was told. It hurts. It wasn't much different outside. My eyes were hurting because everything was red. That's why I closed them and ran. I wanted to go to a place that wasn't hot. When I looked back, my house was no longer there. Probably got punished because I didn't do as I was told to. My eyes hurt. I cried as I walked. I had to go back to my house and wait. But I didn't know where my house was anymore. I raised my head. The head got hidden with my hand until now. And I finally confronted the scene. The town was burning far away. Fire that cannot be put out was an event that cannot be redone. It happened 10 years ago. Fire was far away, not in the sense of distance, but in the sense of time. My skin was hurting. It throat hurt when I breathed it in. My skin creaked by staying alive. I moved my legs wanting to escape, but something heavy and tangled around my legs like shackles. I knew that it's the presence of death wanting to take me. But the show was hot. My nails tearing my throat were discolored. The air I breathed in stung my burnt esophagus. My eyes abandoned their function and my brain was being steamed inside my skull. It's hot. It's hot, 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 it's hot. What was that? It was the same silhouette thing that was flashing over Caster. I remember now. The place was hot, really hot. But it was cold, dreadfully cold. Past the boiling point to reach the freezing point. Burning blood froze up and everything in my view was inverted. Everything was hot. That's why it was cold. And still, it was ridiculously hot. But what was the cause of it? Isn't that the krill pouring out the curse? A black sun was in the sky. I didn't find it strange that the sun was up during the night or that the sun was black. After all, everything was inverted. So such things should have been normal. But I ran away. I got scared and ran away. I wasn't afraid of the raging fires. Compared to that black shadow, burning up and dying seemed like a human death. That's why I ran away. I knew I'd be taken someplace even worse if that thing caught me. I blankly stared at the sky. I found out that it was going to rain soon and my outstretched hand slowly fell to the ground. I slowly opened my eyes. I look around my room, my mind still asleep. As I with relief in my futon. How many years had it been since I sighed with relief after seeing a nightmare?
けど、はっきりとした夢だったな。
My temples feel hot. I used to have this nightmare all the time. It all happened 10 years ago. Back then, my memories of the event were still terribly vivid, and I would wander through the fire every time I fell asleep. I thought I would never be able to forget about that day. That sky, the smell of burning air, the surrounding wall of fire, everything was real again once I fell asleep. So are you not going to wonder about that Tosca sex scene at all? It doesn't change even now, but the vividness should change. Wounds heal and memories fade. For the past few years, all I saw when I had that dream was a field of red. But this is the first time where we actually saw the grill clearly in the sky. Why did my dream contain as far as the smell of the burning air? Also that side of the grill leaking the curses. Although we've seen the grill before, and we've seen that burning field before. I don't know what it is about the combination, but those two things combined are just utterly terrifying. And what was that? I don't remember such a thing. Nor do I recognize it. No, first of all, I did not see such a thing. feel sick to my stomach. I get dizzy when I try to think about it. The breaker in my body trips, telling me not to think about it.
起きよう。顔洗ってすっきりしないと。
And then there's also the fact that somehow Hiro knew instinctively that that dagger was rule breaker. I mean, if you count this as a confrontation between Castor and Saber, this will be the third confrontation, and the previous two were both confrontations where either Saber got stabbed or we had a chance to avoid it. But logically, I would have expected Saber to get stabbed again, since Shiro wouldn't know about Rubaker at this point, but somehow he knew. My body is sweaty probably because of the dream. My pajamas are damp with my sweat, and my head feels light. My arm feels heavy. I realize that I don't even have the strength to get up.
どうなったんだ、これ。
Damn, even talking takes effort. When I place my hand on my forehead, I realize that it's hot.
もしかして風邪ひいたのか、俺。
I'm surprised. This is the first time I've got a cold. I've had bruises pretty often, but I've never got a cold.
だからあんな夢を見たのかな。体が熱いから夢の中も暑かったんだ。
That makes sense. My head is blank, so it's natural for me to dream such that. I'll have to see if that was quick enough not to get picked up by YouTube, but that was a flash of Hero's other dream. Wait, what are you just laying around for?
なんで、どうして、どのように。
I jump up. I check inside my futon. This isn't the time to worry about little things like being sick. I have to check something far more important. It happened. And I have to go take a bath, bleach, and dry the evidence. Or it will hinder my future ability to have a say in everything, or anything. To put it simply, the value of the Imiyashiro stock in this house will plummet.
って、別にそういうことはないようです。
Good. There's no one in my futon with me, and there's nothing wrong with my body.
夢だよな。そうだ。だってあんなの夢だし。
I didn't go to school in my sleep, nor does I ever want to do it with me. So it had to be a dream. I have my pajamas on, as they were all sleeping in the room next to mine.
そうだよな。俺が出歩いてたらセイバーが気づかないはずがない。
As I with relief, the strength floats out of me, and I fall back to my futon.
シロ、どうしました？今音がしたようですが。
I hear Saber's voice from the other side of the door. See? That's all it takes to alert Saber. But that had to be a dream. It's a dream. So a dream. I'll never be able to look those guys in the eye again if it's not.
シロ、
Saber comes in.
いや、おはよう、セイバー。
I try to act calm.
どうしたのですシロ。横になったまま挨拶をするなどあなたらしくもない。
いや、ちょっと不測の事態が起きて。
Saber tilts her head in wonder. Well, it's great that the whole event was just a dream, but the troubles keep coming. My body feels heavy and I can't stand up. How will I make breakfast?